It's got to get removed. I'm going to want these, and there's tint on these windows as well that you probably can't see from inside. So anywhere where there's this tint, we got to get that removed, and that may be a new window, I'm not sure. But these solar screens can all be removed from this back side. We could leave this one on for now. Well, no, we can't, because it doesn't even have a working mechanism, so we'll remove that. So this is what our backyard is. Pretty much a mess. So let's start off with what the easy part is. This back area right there, we can level that off, and we can just leave that raw land. So we can just let that go right down below where those pavers are. We don't have to plant anything there. We just want to clean it up, make sure that there's no weeds. Because we already have a paver patio, what my thought is we start at that corner and we freeform it, not all the way to the back of the paver wall, but we just kind of freeform it along this area, and we take it almost to the edge over here, that being synthetic grass. Now, synthetic grass is very expensive, so that's why we're not going to do as much. We're just going to create a little bit of greenery. So it's not that we're going to do a huge amount of it. We're just going to do enough to where the eyes come out and we like the green. Everywhere else, we're going to have it just be rock. So that's why it's going to be green with the rock, and we'll make sure the rock pulls in some of the red that's in the pavers and on the paver concrete. We are going to get rid of this. I know this has been cemented in, so this is going to be a labor-intensified project. Do not be surprised if you see it as a line item that it's more expensive than you would have thought, because they are going to have to cut this off, jackhammer it in, or seal it off. It's going to be a pretty major ordeal. We do have some painting that needs to be done along here, just to make sure that we're not looking like things are falling off. As you can tell over here, at one point that was water that was spraying onto the house. I want that to look nice. And it doesn't have to match the exterior perfectly, because it can be a little bit of an accent to it. So I just want it to make sure that it's not peeling off and looking rough. And then the other way we're going to save you some money is we're going to, as we're rocking this, we're going to stop the rock right here. And we're just going to clean out all the weeds over here, but there's nothing that really needs to go here. So this can stay raw dirt as long as we just take it from here. And the reason why is because visually from the house, we want all of this to be finished, but none of this really matters. If you were living in the home, this was your primary residence, then sure, you take the rock all the way to the edge. But in our case, we're a rental and we're saving money. Every bit of money we save obviously goes into your pocket for investment, so that's what we're going to do. I am worried about those windows because I'm seeing all the bubble tint that are on those windows, and that is not good in a rental. We've got to make sure. I just want to see. Yeah, see, when John goes through, he's going to have to check these blinds. Even if they cosmetically look nice, I can't open that, so that means that's not a functioning blind. So that means we're going to need to put a new blind on there. So even though I like the look of that, it's not working, so therefore this has to be put in the bid. But yeah, it's just too hard to tell in the video, but we've got tint on this window and that window we'll need to do something with. And we can always save those solar screens and put them in the garage. If the tenant feels like, since this is more of a western exposure, if this is getting too hot for them and they don't like it, all they have to do is take those solar screens from the garage, reinstall them, but from the purpose of showing the property, we don't need them. It makes this room look darker than it should. So that's why we're going to remove certain solar screens and then just put them in the garage for storage. Other than that, it is a beautiful property. I like to say this property has good bones. When you've got a property that's got good bones and all you have to do is just some cosmetic stuff, I think it's always going to be a good investment. Location is superb, and so once you get the bid on that, we'll be able to fix this up and then find you a really good tenant.